Audience, hope you would be fine. In this short video, we would be discussing about the rhetorics of imperialism and insubstantialization. The technique or the rhetoric of insubstantialization, which is used by the center. As we in our previous lecture, we also have discussed that West as a center uses its techniques of the rhetoric, or the empire use the rhetorics for the representation of its margins, its marginalized communities, and more or less means the Oriental world. So today we would be discussing one another means the rhetorics of empire, which is more insubstantialization. Insubstantialization means the nothingness, the lacks, or how they represent the Oriental world. It's interesting. It's also the tricky one as well, that the West as a center represents its Oriental world as the world of dreams, uh, means which is not reality. So keep in mind that there is a difference between the dream and the reality. And to that they call dreaming, as it means that does not exist, as the dream has nothing to do with the real world. So one technique which they usually use with the representation of the Orient world, that is the interpretation or the representation of that world as a dreamy world. If we take the example of Kublai Khan by Coleridge, in that he has represented that mysterious word as the word of the Orient, where Halaku Khan and his masters, they have been building the some sort of the tombs, and that was mysterious one. So that is more or like a charming word, that is a dreamy word, but it seems that it has nothing to do with the real word. So they prove that word, that is uh, not real word, that is a dreamy word. And even when we talk about that, the word Orient itself, as we say that there is a difference between the denotative meaning and the connotative meaning, the word in practice, in the social practice. For example, in Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary, and even in the dictionary of Samuel Johnson, the word Orient has been charged with the meaning of as bright, as shining, glittering, sparkling. But what in practice the West, which assigns to the Orient, that is of the very noisy one, that is the very vague one, that is the very dreaming Indian or African as well. And if we talk about our that African word, even the African word which has been talked in the plays of Shakespeare, that is of the savage word, that is of the word, you know, more, it's more a passionate word, and the characters from those areas are very bizarre, confused, ridiculous, emotional, and they have nothing to do with that sort of the reason, intellect, enlightenment. So it is the and other most interesting thing which just today I want to share with